Hello, my wise and not so wise crew. This story is going to be a little bit more intense. I'm sure I'll get a little bit angry in it, maybe even a little bit loud. This one's real. This one's not so funny. This one, I definitely got taken in this time. So let's get to it. What it is for anyone that has ever been a dealer before or who deals, you know, like, you have them diamond nickel people, right? So we were set up many years ago, and we had this diamond nickel man. Now, just because they're a diamond nickel person doesn't mean that they won't get a hold of you for an ounce every now and again, but typically, and if you're a dealer, you know this is true, typically the diamond nickel people, they'll take the time to let you know, hey, I'm about to get this, taxes are coming in. Can you have me an ounce? Can you have me 2 ounces? Whatever the case may be. Typically, they give you a heads up if they're a diamond nickel person, because as dealers, we know the game. You come out of the blue all of a sudden with needing 2 ounces of weed. That's a setup. That's a setup because you ain't got it like that. You didn't give us a heads up. And I mean, I'm not stupid, but the people we partner with sometimes aren't always the wisest. I'm not always the wisest. Obviously, that's the whole purpose of this channel. But here's what I'd like to share. We get this phone call one day. This man wants an ounce. I'm going to try to be respectful to his name. We all change, This man wants 2 ounces. 2 ounces is exactly enough to make it a felony at this time and to get a search warrant for your home. And that's obviously the police. They were out to get us. We were big. We were big fish in this little pond. We were. And they really wanted to get us. So while they had been trying to get us set up many times by like the young people we sold to, they wouldn't. We had the best deals in town, so nobody wanted to set us up. Then they got this man that had 3 meth cases. They gave him a fantastic deal to set us up on 2 ounces of weed. Okay. So we get the call, and I tell my man at the time, I'm like, that's a setup. He's a diamond nickel man. He didn't give you no heads up, nothing. He wants 2 ounces of weed. This is a setup, man. Of course, I'm 17 years old, so we don't want to believe me. We don't want to believe that this might actually be a setup, that I might know what I'm talking about, because I was raised with a dealer, so I just know a thing or two about it. And so we get our 2 ounces of weed. We head over to my dad's house. I have some school books to pick up. I decided to do this high school program, whatever. And so I go to my dad's house. I pick those up. Then we go and meet the person at the meeting spot, which is Brookside Car Wash. We pull into the car wash station thing, and we're waiting on him to show up. And I'm telling him, I'm like, look, man, this is a setup. This ain't good. I have 2 ounces of weed in my bra. Dude shows up. I pull the 2 ounces of weed out of my bra, and I give it to him. He gives us the money, and then we're pulling out of the Brookside Car Wash, and next thing you know, this is true story, guys, true story. Next thing you know, we are surrounded by a whole bunch of really fancy, unmarked Cadillac SUVs and trucks. I don't remember seeing a single cop car. I'm sure there was a cop car, but there's so many things that have happened from now till then. What I remembered, what stuck in my mind, was the beautiful Cadillac SUVs, unmarked. We're surrounded by these in every direction. There's nowhere to go. They've made sure there's nowhere for us to go. Next thing you know, there's laser guns. There's lasers all over me and all over him. Freeze! Put your hands up! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! I put my hands up. I turn and I look at him and I said, I fucking told you. Now get the fuck out of the car. I fucking told you, man. And my thing is I'm not the type of person that'll say I told you so. You know what the fuck I told you. I don't need to remind you what I said. But I had fucking told him so many times on so many other things that when I speak, it gets overlooked and it gets frustrating. So you know what? I fucking told you. I'm 17 at the time. Actually, I'd probably just turned 17. And I I'm sorry, guys. I kind of lost my train of thought for a minute, but we get out of the car. There are lasers all over us. These are some fancy-ass guns with lasers here in Centralia. We got SWAT. We got like a SWAT team. They're suited, booted. They got their, bulletproof vest on. They're suited up in ways that I never seen them suited up before, for me anyway. And I remember them being extra rough with him, and it wasn't necessary because he was extremely compliant, because he knew that, officers could be pretty rough, but also I'm sure they're pretty frustrated. They've been fucking with us for so long that, you get tired of it after a while. But they got us. They take us in. Now, the point of setting us up on 2 ounces of weed was because it was a felony, and that gave them the opportunity to get a search warrant for our house. So we get arrested, we get taken in. There's a lot they didn't find in that house. But what they did find was $10,000. So they got us on 2 ounces of weed and $10,000. So we're in the thing. They're doing their search warrant. They're coming in and kind of taunting me a little bit. I feel taunted. One officer is throwing the money up in the air and, look what we found. And I'm all like, well, good for you. Like, you gonna go put it in the casino? You want to go to the slots? Like, what? Cool. You found some money. Awesome. I'm just being like a real fucking smart ass, as if I have the audacity at this point. And I'm talking all this shit. Like, I'm talking so much shit. Typically, I talk shit. I was talking shit. I'd be in the police station, and by the end of all my shit talk, can I call my dad now? And typically, I got to call my dad. Dad come pick me up, and hey, all's well that ends well, right? Well, at the end of all this, can I call my dad now? I believe it was Prather. He said, no, honey, you're going to jail this time. I promise you, that humbled me real quick. I was humbled real fucking quick with that one. Like, oh shit. He said, you're 17. You're an adult now. What? What the fuck do you mean I'm an adult now? I've been writing on that I'm a minor thing for years. I've been writing on it for years. They set me up shortly after I turned 17. And here I am. I go to jail for the first time. Whoa. That's a big one. That's a big one, man. So we get booked. We go to jail. Our bond is $1,000 a piece, and I call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, come get me right now. As if, come pull $1,000 out of your ass, Dad. Pull it out right now and come get me. He says, no, Jess, I ain't gonna do that till I can get Brandon too, because your stupid ass is gonna come out and do the exact same stupid thing, trying to get him, and then you're gonna end up back in jail. I say, no, Dad, I can't talk right now. Come and get me now, please. So my dad pulls $1,000 out of his ass, and he comes and gets me right now. We're right in front of the police station, and I'm all like, Dad, I said, there's 2 pounds of weed, $10,000, a loaded gun, and an ounce of coke that they didn't find. My dad drops his mouth. He's, what? Now I'll tell you, my dad didn't know nothing about the coke, and that's because I didn't deal with the coke. That wasn't, no. I didn't fuck with it at all. I let it be known, look, if you're gonna do that, that's all on you. That ain't on me. But it doesn't matter. We both would have been charged with it. I mean, for all I know, that was federal charges. So I'm sitting in the car with Dad, and I'm like, I'd be charged with that, right? Like, I would know if they found it, right, Dad? Like, I'd be charged with it, right? And he's like, oh yeah, you'd be charged. And I'm like, well, we gotta go get that shit. So we go get that shit. I give Dad back his money. I get Brandon, or we go back and we get Brandon out. And I don't know, this story, it seems like there's so much more to tell you about this story, but it's like there's so much. What they ended up doing that day, like they had us in the police station for hours. Now this is the interesting part. They took our car, they took our phone, and they started answering our phone, and they went on a spree, just answering our phone and picking up all the motherfuckers that met them. Now, there were some that knew quickly that this wasn't them. So one person, they called and they told us that the officer answered the phone, said, "What up, dog?" We don't fucking talk like that. What do you mean, what up, dog? I guess that person knew instantly that it was the police, and they continued to call over and over and over and over again until finally they shut the phone off. But we're in the police rooms, and they're just bringing people in. We're watching them. They see us, we not at them, they not at us. Like, we're in jail, they're bringing you in. And obviously this looks some type of way. No, these motherfuckers took our car. They took our phone. They were answering it while searching our house and sending officers to go meet people in our car. Yeah, that really fucking happened. I was in shock. So I'm sitting here watching them bring people in, and I'm just like, oh shit. Like, this is some big shit right now. Like, it's always been big shit, but right now it's big shit. Anyway, I actually did get to talk to my dad on the phone for a while after I realized I was going to jail, and the officer comes in, he starts taunting me again, and I'm just like, all right, guys, you gained some brains, good for you, you know. Then he hung the phone up on my dad, and I knew by then I was already going to jail. It's like, well, at this point, I don't really give a fuck obviously I don't give a fuck what I'm saying, because I'm still saying the stupid shit, and I'm still getting arrested. I'm still going to jail regardless. And, man, this was big. It was a big moment in my life, you know. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I was 17, my man was 23. And here we both are going to jail. Me going to jail for the first time. Of course, I always bailed Brandon out when he went. And, anyway, I guess that's the story. I kind of thought there was more to it, but there is more to it. It's the feeling inside. Like, it's crazy to imagine that at 17 years old, for selling weed, I had laser guns surrounding me and SWAT team, like officers that I had never seen before, and then officers I was also plenty familiar with. I believe it was Officer Prather, Chief Prather now. He was definitely one of the officers that had a laser gun on me. I remember him. There was just so many people there. I believe, I don't know, there may have been some out-of-state people. I don't know, some state police, I mean. But there was a lot. And that's the story of the first time I went to jail. The first time I actually found myself in a Clinton County jail. And I was just like, oh shit, the reality that sunk in, that I was now an adult at 17 years old. So at this time, you could actually buy cigarettes in jail. I didn't smoke, but I found it really interesting. One of the girls in the jail asked me, because there's, you know, limits on how much you can buy at one time. So she asked me if I could buy her a pack of cigarettes, and I'm like, yeah, sure. I buy her a pack of cigarettes, and she gets me whatever that amounts to the pack of cigarettes. This officer said, you can't buy those. I'm like, why the fuck not? She said, you're not 18. Bitch, I'm in jail. What the fuck do you mean I'm not 18? I'm in jail. But I wasn't 18, so I couldn't buy cigarettes. That's all right. They weren't for me anyway. So all's well that ends well there. It didn't affect me one bit. It just kind of shocked me a little bit. Y'all got me in jail talking about you ain't 18, you can't buy a pack of cigarettes. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. That one's just been on my mind a lot lately. I'm sure there's so much more to it. And there is a backstory to some of the other stuff they found. They ransacked our house, and they didn't find shit. They did find $10,000, so there was $20,000 in all. Can you imagine that? Me at 17 years old with access to $20,000? It wasn't mine. I did all the work. You got to keep it. So it is what it is. I didn't care. See, I didn't care because I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do. You see, I had a man that I loved. I loved him deeply. I don't know why. But I loved him deeply. We were together for 6 years. And I told him that this was not a good idea, and he said he was going to do it anyway. And I said, all right, ride or die, I guess. No. young ladies, young men, grown ladies, grown men, you got to know what you're riding for so you don't die, all right? Everyone jumping out of their cars real fast and putting the laser guns on us. I mean, anything could have happened, and it all would have been over 2 ounces of weed in that moment. Really, weed in general. But the feelings that came with that, I'll tell you one thing. As a young person, I was a fucking badass. Like, I don't mean, like, bad, but yeah, that too. I mean, I was a fucking badass, man. I wasn't scared of shit. You know, there's a fine line between being brave and being stupid. And the definition is nearly the same. It's knowing better, but doing it anyway. Being brave entails knowing what you're about to get yourself into and doing it anyway, but bravery usually comes with a positive reason behind it, or after it, or before it, and stupidity usually comes with not a positive reason. Was I brave, or was I stupid? Was I courageous? Either way, I was badass at that time. I was a fucking badass. I wasn't scared of shit. I wasn't scared of the cops. I wasn't scared of the guns. My only concern was, I fucking told you so. That was my only concern. Was the fact that I fucking told you so. Now we're both about to go down. I done told you so. And there's a lesson in this. You see, all these backstories, as I said in my last video, they come with backstories of things. One of those is people pleasing. You see, I got myself in a lot of trouble just trying to be there for the people that I loved. All right, guys, this is Jessica with wisdom from the not so wise, tired but still inspired. We didn't get shot. We're still here. We still don't always make the wisest decisions, but we're better these days than we were before. Tired but still inspired, guys. Have a great day. Hello, my wise and not so wise friends. Lately, I've been finding it kind of interesting to come back to the places that impacted my life so hard. So, I am at the Brookside Car Wash. It's no longer a car wash. It hasn't been a car wash for many, many, many years. But we will never be the same. See? Looking back at the past, all the lessons that I learned, every fall, every loss was a bridge that I burned. Now I'm stronger, now I'm wiser, got the fire in my soul. Every step, every breath, getting closer to my goal. Haters gonna hate, but I keep my head high. Eyes on the prize, reaching for the sky. No pain, no pain. It's the anthem of the streets with the heart of a lion. We will never face defeat. No pain, no gain. That time I had laser guns pointed at me by the police. I'll tell you, that's something you don't forget. You don't forget that. We will never be the same. No pain, no gain. We rise above the flames, through the fire, through the rain. We embrace the change. No pain, no gain. We conquer every chain. But I just had to show you guys the environment. We will never be the same. Looking back at the past, all the lessons that I learned. Every fall, every loss was a bridge that I burned. Now I'm stronger, now I'm wiser, got the fire.